So, we're going to chat today about your recruiting chat. So, this is the part that gets everyone super freaked out, and especially my new consultants. And I want you to know that there's nothing to be afraid of. So, you definitely want to start this recruiting chat at your very first party. And if you've never done one and you're hosting your 100th party or doing your 100th party, you definitely want to do this at your parties. You will be surprised how well this works at opening people's hearts to being inspired to join our team because it's a lot, but it is not as hard as you think it is. It's actually really simple. So I want to get people thinking about the business opportunity very seriously at my parties. So the best way I know how to do this is with a game that I created called Pass the Book. Now, you can use anything. You could do Pass the Packet. You can use one of our new enrichable packets. You can play Pass the Bag. Ooh, we have a thunderstorm here. So sorry if you hear that in the background. But anyway, so really anything that you have on hand that you'd like to use as a prize is going to be great as a tool for your game. So the game is called Pass the Book, and I use the Season's Best Recipe Book as the prize. Set your timer for 3 minutes, but don't tell them that you're setting them for 3 minutes. Have them ask you questions about the business. When they do, they get the book. And the game continues until your timer goes off, and whoever is left holding the book gets to take it home, right? So if Sally asks the question, she gets the book, you answer her question. And then Holly asks the question, you give her the book, you answer the question. And the game continues until the timer is done, and then that person gets to take it. So it's a really easy game to do. And what I also love about this is that you can really control the speed of this, the depth of your answers, and things like that. So, what I love to do is I'll say, listen, so that you can think of some questions to ask during our game, I'm going to give you a little bit about my story with Pampered Chef, right? So, this is a really great way to get them interested in your story because they're kind of thinking of questions to ask for the game. So, they're all paying attention. So, your story should include why you joined, what you're hoping to do, why you love what you do, and what you've been able to do because of Pampered Chef. If you're just getting started, what you will be able to do because of Pampered Chef, because we use affirmations on this team. So we don't say if I'm able to, we say when we're able to. And the more personal you get this story, the better. I have been known, if you've been to one of my parties where I've done this, to tear up a little bit when I share my story because it is such a big deal to me. So this can be as impactful as you mean it. It can be serious. It can be like, really important to you. And the more engaging the story is, the more you're going to reach people sitting in the audience. So for me, my story might sound something like this. So I decided to join Pampered Chef because I was a stay-at-home mom that we needed some extra income. So I was really hoping to be able just to pay some bills because we were always having more month than money. Can anyone relate to that? Because I sure can. So I really wanted to do something that allowed me to stay at home that I really loved doing and it didn't feel like work. And I also wanted it to be able to work around my kids' schedule and my husband's work schedule. Now, I love doing this because I have really found that there's a lot of people looking for ways to make dinner time easier and take out some of those pain points that we all experience in the kitchen. But what it has really allowed me to do is I am now able to make a full-time income working part-time. And that's something I never imagined would be able to happen because of Pampered Chef. Now I still have some big goals. I still got some debt I want to pay off and some really cool things I'd like to do with my family. So I'm going to keep pushing until we get there. So does anyone have any questions? Let's get our game started, right? So you can use that story. You can talk about the things that are important to you with your business. And you really want to rehearse this. You really want to nail this part down because you want to sound sincere. And if you're just kind of pulling things out of your brain, it's going to sound like you don't know what you're talking about. So make sure that you kind of put some thought into this part where you share your story. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be like no dry eyes in the audience. It can be fun, it can be whatever is genuine to you, authentic to you. So make sure that this is something that you really carefully consider. Okay, so then you get to play the game, and it's so much fun because some people get super competitive with this. And what's funny is sometimes people won't start asking you questions. Okay, so I'll tell you what to do with that. So, but use the pacing of the questions to kind of determine what your answers are going to be. So, if you notice it's taking forever for people to ask you a question, go on and on and on. Fill all the space that they give you until you see that someone's kind of thinking of something, right? If it's like really fast paced, you can really kind of answer the questions a little bit more quickly, if that makes sense. If you notice that they're not asking questions, be like, don't worry. If you have a lot of questions, I won't show up at your house with a contract, banging down your door to join my team. Like, you can really just ask to be curious. That gives them some, freedom to ask without, feeling like you're gonna like hunt them down later. But so if you're nervous about knowing what the correct answers are, though, you can do this thing where Stacey Itzel does this, and it's genius. You can print the questions on little pieces of paper and put them in a bowl and like cut them out and put them in a bowl for them to draw out. And it's so funny when new consultants do this and be like, ask me whatever you want, but you have to ask me only these questions because I'm new and this is all I know. And people don't mind that at all. And actually, some people who are new or who are experienced and seasoned consultants do this as well because they want to have control over what questions are being asked. But this is a really great way too. If people are reluctant to ask questions, they can pick something out of the bowl. If you can't speak from personal experience, then you can definitely use the experiences of others as your examples. This is a really good reason to be getting in touch with your team members, to come to recipe nights, to come to conference, to come to team meetings virtually and launches and all that stuff, because you're going to hear what's working for other people and see what their stories are. And you're going to be able to use other people's stories to inspire you. Like, for instance, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I don't have a full-time job. So if someone says to me, is this something that you can do alongside of a full-time job, I could say, you know what, it is. I don't have a full-time job, but this girl on my team, she does this. She has 3 kids, a full-time job, and she is rocking this business. And so you can speak from people so that it gives you credibility, even though it's not your personal experience. So get them thinking. So when the game is over and someone gets a prize, that's amazing, but you're not done yet, right? So you want to kind of close it in a way that brings it back to them really considering this as a possibility for themselves. Let them know that you're sharing this with them because someone shared it with you, right? Aren't you glad that someone shared this opportunity with you? Maybe it was the very first party you came to. Maybe it took like a year and a half for you to decide that you really wanted to do this. It doesn't matter. Someone shared this with you often enough and early enough so that you gave this a shot. So you want to let them know, you know what, if it weren't for someone asking me about this, I wouldn't be with this amazing company. So I really want to make sure I give you an opportunity to do this as well. Explain the kits. We have amazing kits, right? So they need to know how great of an option this is, because literally they're going to want all the things in the kit and they're going to put 2 and 2 together, right? Like, I'm kind of thinking about it, but I really want the kit. So it seems like kind of a no-brainer. And then again, that way they're mulling around their head with it before they come see you for your full service checkout. So why would this be a good option for them? You want to share with some options that, if you're looking for these things, then this might be a great fit for you. If you want to have some flexibility to work around your crazy lifestyle, if you would love to earn a great income, knock out a credit card bill or even quit your job, this could totally work. And if you just want to do this for some free and discounted products, let me tell you, they spoil the house on us. My goodness, we get free products every month. We get discounted products all the time. So this is a great option for you as well if this is something you just want to do to add some of our products into your kitchen. Also, the biggest reason I can recommend this business to you is the support that we offer as a team. We walk you through everything you need to know when you need to know it to give you the best possible outcome for your business. And we are here to support you and not here to tell you what to do. So, and as far as like what your goals need to be, that's all up to you. So we have a really great support system in place for you to get off to a really great start with this business. So I hope that was helpful to you. And let me know if you have any questions, and let me know if this is helpful to you. If you have any great ideas or suggestions that have been working really well for you, I would love to hear them. So shoot me a message and let me know what you thought. So I will talk to you later. Until the next training. Bye, Dream Team.